5 years ago, TAP set the standard in the search for evidence of the paranormal on Ghost Hunters.
It's coming. Are you ready? S01E01 said help me.
2 years ago, they took those methods worldwide in Ghost Hunters International. Now, the world's preeminent paranormal investigators are looking for new blood in Ghost Hunters Academy. Thousands applied. 5 were selected for the first investigation. Susan.
I'm from Miami, Florida. I've been an investigator for about 9 months now.
Ben.
I am from Milan, Ohio. I go to Bowling Green State University, where I'm majoring in visual communications technology.
Chris.
I'm a 24-year-old biological science student at Sacramento State University. I've been investigating the paranormal for 2 years, and it's something I've been wanting to do my entire life.
Heather.
Right now, I'm getting my master's degree in counseling at Arizona State University. I've been doing paranormal investigations for about 2 years now, and I am a medium.
And Carl.
I live in Fort Collins, Colorado. I go to school at Colorado State University, and I'm really excited to learn from Stephen Tango and maybe be the next ghost hunter.
But they shouldn't get comfortable. Only the best will earn a coveted spot in the Ghost Hunters family. Over the next few months, TAP's ace investigators, Steve and Tango, will train and test the recruits. Those who can't cut it will be sent packing, replaced by another aspiring investigator. Will any of them have what it takes to pass the first semester of Ghost Hunters Academy?
Hi guys, welcome to Ghost Hunters Academy. This is a rare opportunity, and you 5 have been selected from thousands of applicants.
Now, you're lucky enough to be trained by Steve and Tango over here, some of the best in the business. They're going to teach you the tips and techniques, but there are some things that can't necessarily be taught. You just have to have things like professionalism, skepticism.
Honesty, composure, respect. Now slip up and you will be gone. All right, there's thousands of people out there who'd love to fill your shoes.
Don't slip up, and you get a chance to investigate with the GHI team.
And maybe even a chance to investigate with TAPS.
So no pressure or anything, but good luck, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Guys, we're going to teach you things that you can't learn in any books. We're going to teach you things that only comes from years of casework and case studies. And we're going to be traveling the country, going to some of the most haunted places that there is. So it's going to be fun, but a lot of work. Don't underestimate it. This is going to be tough. It really is.
Definitely. All right, and all of you be safe out there. And Steve, Dave, you guys keep in touch and let us know.
Of course.
Good luck, everyone.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. You guys ready?
Yeah.
We are.
Okay. So we just briefed the academy, and you can't help but feel excited. I mean, they're so eager and passionate. It reminds me of when I first started, except I didn't have Steve and Tango to train me, so these guys are lucky.
This isn't a game show. This isn't about winning or losing. It's about these kids having the opportunity to prove to us that they belong with our team. So only time will tell. It could be all of them. It could be none of them.
These candidates really do have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, they're going to be able to become one of our team members. It's going to be a long, grueling process for them. But if they're ready for it, this could be a life-changing experience.
Hey, guys. Susan. I really want to be a paranormal investigator. This is what I want to do with my life. This is what I feel touches the core of my values and my spiritualism. My final goal would be to be on the international team.
Carl.
Susan. Hi.
I'm really excited to learn from Steve and Tango, and I want to experience as much as possible before this ride ever ends.
Heather. Susan.
Carl.
I think the thing that's going to make me stand out the most is using my ability as a medium and combining it with the technical stuff, the scientific stuff. It's going to be intense, I'm sure, but it's also going to be a lot of fun.
This is exciting, huh?
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
All right, guys, everybody know each other? Everybody settled in?
Yeah, definitely.
We have a long drive. We're headed to Philly. Philadelphia.
We've never been to Philadelphia.
I'm stoked to be here. I'm really, really excited about getting down to investigating and going to all the different places that we're going to be hitting.
I'm really excited. It's such an amazing opportunity. I can't wait to go out and start investigating.
Where in Philly are we going?
Where in Philly? We're going to be going to Fort The fort was built in 1771. It saw its fair share of battles. The Revolutionary War was really big in that. The fort actually held off the British to allow George Washington to get to Valley Forge and regroup. And that's why they call it the fort that saved America. Yeah.
It's a great place for your first investigation, guys. I mean, they're going to allow us to be in there all night, overnight, access to everywhere we need to go. This will be fun for you guys.
All right, guys, you up for this? You guys ready for this? Yeah. All right, okay.
Take naps now if you need them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long night.
Steve, how are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you again, Tango. How are you? Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Lee, this is the first class of Ghost Hunters Academy. We want to take them to all the spots.
Show them around a little bit.
Show them around a little bit.
Anything you need, just let me know.
All right, thank you, Lee.
Let me know if you need any help.
All right, we will.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna head this way, okay? Okay, guys, this is our first building that we're going to talk about and go into.
I prefer not to.
Well, do you want to stay out here then?
I prefer to hang back, rejoin you guys after.
Okay.
In being a medium, I chose not to go on the tour because I don't really like knowing the history of the location that we're investigating. It tends to create a bias in my mind, some preconceived notions. It's easier to go in with a complete blank slate because the less information that I have going in, the better it is for me to kind of parse, you know, this is what I'm getting from this location.
Well, even though we're not big fans of mediums, you know, Heather was upfront about it 100%. She told us, hey, you know, I have these abilities. I want to try to use them, try to utilize them with the group and see if it works out. And, you know, I have to be honest, like, great, let's try it.
Wow. Heather decided not to come on the tour with us. You know, that may work best for her, but, you know, she's not going to get a lot of the key information that she needs. She's not going to get a lot of the pointers and tips that Tango and I are giving out during the tour when we show them all the hot spots. I think it's going to work in her disadvantage. All right, guys, just a few things that I myself have experienced or seen. One is that this door opened twice. And also, here doing investigation, and a woman that was here with us, and I could even hear this. It sounded like a chair sliding a little bit. I heard the noise, but didn't see it. Now, Ben, what do you think you would set up in this room?
I'd probably do a mini DV pointed towards the door to see if that opens and closes.
Mini DVs are cool, but keep in mind, every 30 minutes, you gotta change the tape. Let's get out of here.
Okay, that's nice. That's not creepy at all.
No, not creepy in the least.
But this is the officer's quarters. This is one of them.
Yeah, when we were in here, we had a little bit happen, just little noises we couldn't quite explain. But Jason and Grant, they were in here investigating, and, you know, in the evidence, you got a few voices.
They heard a female voice of like a little girl saying "mommy, mommy" or whatever in this one.
What was that? I don't know. If that was you, can you show us a little bit more? We need to understand exactly how much you hurt so we can help you.
Yeah, it sounded like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I swear to God, I thought I just heard mommy.
What?
Now, Jay and Grant heard it with their ears. What does that mean to you guys? Is that considered an EVP or something else?
Disembodied voice, right?
Perfect.
You gotta get him a gold star.
Yes.
All right, guys, this is the casemate number 11. When we were here, Jason and Grant came down here. Grant had some tremendous experiences, full-bodied apparition, face right here, staring at him right in his face.
How you doing, man? Something doesn't feel right.
I keep on hearing a rubbing noise, like somebody's rubbing, you know, dragging their feet.
Go in this room right here.
What?
Oh my gosh, that freaking made me about crap my pants.
Whoa.
That's not ominous.
Not ominous at all.
This is one of the 2 dungeons. They do claim to see full-bodied apparitions in here. They hear things, footsteps. They see shadows next to the fireplace. Let's get out of here, guys.
So guys, this is where I saw the legs. I saw legs come out and go right back in. Whatever it was, it blocked the light in here. And at first, I thought it was a person, so I didn't get, you know, frazzled or anything. You know, I was like, okay, who's in there? Hello? No answer. And I checked all the stalls, no one was in there. There's no exits. If you check inside, there's no exits. So, you know, I didn't get weirded out until after the fact, knowing that, okay, there's no one in here, and I know what I saw. Dude, what? I just saw something. Something blocked the light. I saw legs go back in. I saw it.
Yeah, let's get outside and get all the equipment out of the RV.
We just got done with the tour of the fort, and it was terrific. We learned a lot about the fort, learned a lot about investigating, and a lot about what's expected of us. I'm glad I didn't handicap myself like Heather did, staying behind.
For an investigation to be successful, they have to work as a team, and we have to assess them on their teamwork abilities. But more importantly, we have to assess them individually. We need to know where their investigation skill level is and their knowledge of the paranormal. From here, we're going to be running around outside. You have to listen to us, pay attention, and follow our directions to a T. Now, Dave, if you want to get them started with the wires,
sure.
Show them, you know, the back of the DVR, how it goes in. I'm going to show them the quick tips for the cameras, and then once all the wire run is done, the rest of the people will get on cameras with us.
Awesome. All right.
Did you guys hear that? Repeat it.
We're going to be following Kim, and we're going to learn the wirings, the yellows, the whites, and I'm going to be taking notes on that.
And then what?
I don't know.
I could tell the group wasn't paying attention, so I decided to quiz them. Susan popped right up and gave me an answer, but I knew that she was BSing me. So it wasn't the fact that she wasn't paying attention that upset me. It was more that she tried to sell me a lie, you know, when she knew that she was busted. Okay, you know what that means? You tape.
Ghost hunting is actually something I'm really passionate about. It's a situation where I am able to not only utilize my skills as a medium, but also incorporate other techniques to sort of make it more verifiable.
I started getting interested in the paranormal probably when I was about 5 or 6. My grandmother started telling me stories about ghosts and spirits, and been interested in it ever since.
Wherever power is on this baby. I feel like I've been fascinated with paranormal for my entire life. I'm not sure why or how, but I've embraced it and I love it.
And Ben, for you, buddy, you remember where Tango had his experience? We need to cover that with a mini DV, okay?
Right when I was about 15 years old, I started using night vision cameras, and I started hearing more and more about the paranormal. So it's just been a real hobby of mine, just to go out and see what you can find and just have fun with it.
All right, Chris. We'll need to pan to the left. The other way? A little bit more? Perfect. That's a good shot. Thank you.
I already think this should be good. It was a little frustrating that I had to tape down all the wires in the fort. I realized I was missing a lot of really important information on setup, so I kind of regret that.
All right, guys, that's it. All our cameras are tweaked, so if you all want to come back to center command. All right, guys, these angles look really good. They really do. Camera 1 you'll recognize, of course, as our magazine, and they do claim to see full-bodied apparitions in there and hear footsteps and stuff. Camera 2, of course, we have our casemate, and if you remember, Grant saw a face right in there, as well as they have stories of full-bodied apparitions that have surfaced, you know, since we've been here. Camera 3 here is officers' quarters. We did get possible disembodied voice, so we want to make sure that we find what may be causing that. Camera 4 is the dungeon, of course. They claim to see apparition of a soldier over there next to the fireplace. So now it's time for lights out, guys. Stick in teams, start shutting lights out.
All right.
The lights are out, we're ready to go, so we're gonna get in there and investigate long and hard. And we're gonna split you up into teams. Ben and Susan start in the magazine there. Heather, why don't you head into the dungeon? Chris and Carl, if you want to hit casemate first.
I've been waiting my whole life for this moment right here.
I think we're ready for it. I think we're as ready as we're ever going to be, so
I feel very ready.
Let's hit it hard.
Going into the first night of investigation, mostly I'm just excited to get into this big old place, lots of history, lots of personal experience have happened there. And I'm getting paired up with Chris. Him and I both are very enthusiastic to hit the casemate.
I think we should have a seat and maybe do an EVP session.
EVP stands for electronic voice phenomenon. It's basically capturing disembodied sounds or voices that we don't really hear when we're there investigating.
This is Chris McCune.
And Carl Pfeiffer, casemate 11. Starting our official EVP session.
Cool.
If you wanted to come as close as you could to that red light.
I'm gonna put it out here.
Put it out in front of us. It's not gonna hurt you at all.
Not at all.
But if you just want to say something into that, if you want to shout into it,
Please, as loud and as clear as you can make it. Is there a message that you want to send to somebody? I just saw something right here. Something just went. I saw something go by there.
For the first part of our investigation, Steve Tango sent Chris and I into casemate 11, where we started with an EVP session. Starting our official EVP session.
Cool. Is there a message that you want to send to somebody? I just saw something right here. Something just went.
I was
right by here. I saw something go by there. I was doing a sweep just with my head, and as I moved to the right and panned to the right with my vision, the corner completely went black. It seemed to move, but it stopped and it didn't go any further. I didn't see anything else, but it was something.
We know this place has been sealed up for a long time, until very recently.
And they've been really coming down here and doing a lot of work. Does that make you upset? Whoa, dude, whoa.
What?
I just got something on the inside of my arm.
Really?
Yeah, and there's no bugs.
What was it, just like a...
It was like a light brush. No, it was just a light brush on the inside of the arm, right here. If that was you, will you touch my friend Carl? Because if you can touch me, you can touch him, and that would definitely solidify a lot.
I don't feel it very much in here anymore.
Yeah,
I mean,
think it's going.
Yeah, you want to try that room over there?
You want to try the next room?
Yeah, go down.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, just go sit down in there?
Yeah, let's sit.
There's no problem with anything.
I mean, they really both just sat in the same spot in a little investigation site, which makes no sense at all. Let's go see what everyone's up to. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
Not too bad.
We noticed that you both were sitting here just together, which is cool, but there's really no reason for both of you to sit here
The same spot.
looking in the same direction.
Yeah.
If one guy's there and one guy's, here, now you sort of have a
Covering more of the area.
Right, covering more of the area.
Just by eyesight, I see.
Right.
It's tricks like that that make you guys who you are.
No joke.
Relax.
Gold
Relax
star for
there.
Chris.
Just saying. I didn't think of that, honestly.
No.
So.
Well, let's get you guys out of here. What do you say?
Yep.
For you, we're going to take you to the spot. Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, we are in the dungeon at 12:39 a.m.
We allowed Heather to investigate alone, and it is against our protocol. We're able to watch her and listen to her the entire time at center command. So if anything happens, or if she falls and gets hurt or anything, we'll be able to get right to her.
So I understand that you like to make people see you over here by this fireplace. I've been a medium since I was a really small child. I remember telling my parents, telling family, telling other people, things about the spirits that they would say to me, what they looked like, things like that, that were ended up being verifiable. People I hadn't known but had existed, information that I couldn't have known. I keep seeing a man near the door. He was hanged. He was absolutely hanged. I'm getting the fullness in my throat. Yeah. I would like to meet you and find out some things about you. I'm also holding 2 recorders that'll pick up the sound of your voice, any movement, any knocking sounds you make, because not everyone here can see you. I didn't deserve it. He's saying I didn't deserve this. Can you tell me your name? Winston? What is it that you didn't deserve? I just don't know that he's got his stuff together enough to tell me anything else. Guess I'll head back to the other room because Winston here or whatever is giving me a headache.
Steve and Tango asked me in bed to go to check out the powder magazine room.
Susan and Ben are in the main room.
Supposedly, full-body apparitions have been seen in this location. Thought I heard something.
Did you see that?
It just got darker over there. I think it's definitely the rain.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm gonna end this EVP session.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's walk back over to the bathroom and change that tape.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's
guys doing?
What's the good word?
The good word is that we investigated the
Magazine?
Magazine, yeah.
Where'd you guys stop?
Right.
Oh, we were asked to come here.
You were asked to come here?
I don't know. Yeah, we said we were gonna.
Who did?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Someone told you to stop investigating?
No.
I'm still just trying to understand, how...
Communication, I guess.
I don't remember ever giving a communication that, to come back and just wait and all that stuff. You guys are in there for 40 minutes. That's not an investigation. You gotta spend time. You gotta sit there, look around, listen, use your senses.
Give it a chance.
Give it a chance. Be completely 100% sure that there is no doubt of anything happening in there before you leave.
When they were giving us the stern talking, the only thing going through my head was, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I'm gonna get fired.
You guys are in there for 40 minutes. That's not an investigation. It's not.
Me and Susan actually got a stern talking to because we left the powder magazine too early. Steve and Tango thought we should have stayed there a little bit longer.
Just doesn't make sense.
You're here to ghost hunt, you know, and if you want to ghost hunt, you'd be in there, right? You know.
It was understandable. I thought, oh man, I don't like getting yelled at, but if I have to, if I messed up, I messed up.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. Come on to Center Command. We'll be waiting for you, okay?
We are dead.
Tonight, the team did good. We have a whole other investigation tomorrow. You know, they have a few things that's happened. They get to go back to those spots again.
So it seems like I kind of got a strike against me tonight. Thank God that there's another night of investigation tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to redeem myself.
Survived the first night.
There were a few slip-ups for sure, but, you know, we'll chalk it up to first night jitters. And tomorrow night's investigation, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of information they decided to listen to, what information they decided to retain. I think we're going to be in for a good time. I really do. How's it going?
Lights are out?
Yep.
Lights are out.
Good.
Good job. Well, guys, say split up into some teams. Why don't we go Heather and Chris, and maybe Ben and Carl?
Susan, you stay at Center Command for a while.
You've been in here, right?
Yes, I have been in here, but not to investigate.
Okay. I think the first night went well. It was definitely a cool experience to be inside Fort Mifflin, spend that much time there, get to investigate. I'm excited to come back for the second night.
Wait, come here. Do you smell cigarette smoke? Right here?
Yes.
Yes? Why do I smell cigarette smoke? When Heather and I were in the powder keg room, a very strong smell of cigarette smoke hit me, and it was out of nowhere. I need a confirmation outside of the powder magazine that no one's smoking a cigarette.
Nobody is in the area of the powder keg. Does Heather smell it as well?
Yes, I do.
Here's what you need to do. You need to find the source.
We're pretty much standing in it right now.
All right. Hey, what's going on?
Hey. Pretty much right where I'm standing.
I smell it. More here.
Right here?
I smell it right here.
Yep. Told you.
Oh, yeah, we smell it.
We smell it, so we're not doubting your sense of smell. We're just trying to figure out if there's anything else it could be. You know what's interesting, and this may be a little crazy, is it doesn't smell like a tobacco cigarette from nowadays. It smells like an older cigarette you would hand roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It does, you're right.
I just made that up. But do you see how easy people can follow other people's suggestions? Yeah. The power of suggestion is something that happens in this field on every single investigation, and it's so easy to fall into that trap. And I sort of snared Chris a little bit with it, you know?
You don't think a tobacco roll cigarette would smell any different?
Power of suggestion is so strong.
I believe what people tell me. And as an investigator, maybe I shouldn't always do that.
And here we have Ben and Carl in the main room of the dungeon. Are you in here with us? Are you upset at anyone that you're stuck down here? Knowing that I could be let go at any time, I just need to work my hardest, prove that I'm serious about being here, and just find what I can find.
Do you need permission to leave here?
Do you blame anyone for why you're here?
Ben, you decide, right?
What?
You decide, right?
No.
In and out?
No.
Seriously?
Yes, I seriously did not sign.
At one point, I heard a breath in, like through the nose, and then out. Really clear, really loud next to me.
Did you just do it right there? As an example?
Me?
Yeah.
I heard that time.
It was between us. It sounded like you just gave an example.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I actually...
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Is there somebody outside?
Wait, did you hear those footsteps?
Is there somebody walking outside?
I just heard those footsteps. And I could hear them all the way down here.
There's like right outside.
Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten chills.
Is there somebody outside?
Wait, did you hear those footsteps?
Is there somebody walking outside?
I just heard those footsteps. And I could hear them all the way down here.
There's like right outside.
Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten chills. When me and Carl were checking out the main room in the dungeon, we heard footsteps. We ran outside to see if there was anyone around. I heard those footsteps clear as day.
What's on the other side of the dungeon that those windows open up to?
I mean, it's just grass up here, so you wouldn't be able to hear anyone. We looked around outside to make sure that there was no one around, and there wasn't.
Hopefully we got it on audio.
I hope so.
We do have a recorder up here?
Oh, they must have left it.
Ooh.
I wonder if they meant to. Heather to Stephen Tango?
Go for Stephen Tango.
Did you guys mean to leave a voice recorder in here?
Wouldn't be us. We didn't bring one in there.
Okay, Carl, and did you leave a voice recorder in here?
Yeah, I don't have a problem if you guys want to leave it in there for the rest of the night.
Just get more coverage.
Wait a second, you left it in there.
You gotta be.
You just left it in there. You didn't collect it, and now you're trying to pass it off as if, hey, don't recognize my mistake.
Yeah, we did get distracted with you guys, so it was kind of half and half.
That's cool. Just now you would say, oh, yeah, I did leave it in there. We don't cover things up or try to, we are always at face value. And if we can't start with little things of trust, how are we ever going to believe anything else? You know what I mean?
You know, we had team members in the past that would lie and sort of hide their mistakes and blame things on other people, and we just don't want that behavior on our team anymore. Everybody has to be at face value 100% of the time, or they just have no place in our team.
Steve, to Heather and Susan, please.
Copy?
Hey, guys, you're in officers' quarters, right?
Yep, in the downstairs room.
When we were in there, we had captured
Voice saying, Mommy.
and also there's reports of
People seeing a screaming woman in one of the windows, so keep a close eye out for that, okay?
Thank you.
Are you picking up something right now?
Sort of like they're here, but not quite physically here, like in this room at the moment. Kind of a possibility, maybe deciding whether to come in or not. So either of the spirits, that the little girl or the woman, if either of you would like to come back and talk to us, would please.
Heather, I'm getting a serious feeling right now.
Okay.
I
Can you describe it?
man, I feel like I'm going,
Spirits, sometimes they don't know other ways of communicating, or if they're overly emotional, the easiest way for them is to just give that emotion to somebody else. I know that you are just, giving us a sign that you're here in the best way you know how at the moment. But I do ask that if you could stop affecting my friend Susan that way. I'm sorry.
all of a sudden, I started getting a sense of intense sadness. I felt like it was escalating so fast, that feeling, to a point where I felt like if I didn't leave, I was going to be paralyzed with agonizing sadness. Hi, guys.
You all right?
Oh, my God.
What's wrong? What's going on?
I was working with Heather inside the officers' quarters downstairs. Freaking hit out of nowhere, just this intense sadness and loneliness. And, I just have to shake it off. I'm just really unnerved right now. This wasn't a part of myself I wanted to expose. I just wanted to come in here and do the science of it and see it, but who am I kidding, knowing how I am? I really wanted to focus on the scientific aspects of ghost hunting because I already knew how ghost hunters viewed mediums and psychics. I mean, I don't see them, I feel them, and that's one reason why I'm into the paranormal, and I don't necessarily put that out there.
You get
an empath, yeah.
The emotions.
I was a little shocked by the fact that Susan claims to be an empath. Jay and Grant had mentioned honesty, and she should have confided in us sooner. I'm a little disappointed.
I hid this ability from Steve and Tango because I know that as a psychic empath, anything that comes out of my mouth is going to be taken with a grain of salt.
Hey guys, we're gonna wrap this investigation. Let's go lights up, okay?
My first investigation, it was everything and more than I hoped for. I mean, going through to this really historic place and just getting to learn the history and ghost hunt was just incredible. Has anyone gotten the IR out of the casement yet?
No, I got the IR out of powder magazine.
There were a few instances where, you know, we had some breakdowns, we had some scare moments, but I think overall, I think we really cohered and did a really good job together.
I've got the spool. We can start taking this wire back.
I was a little bit out of my element with some of the tech stuff. It's not something that's really been part of my background, so having to start from scratch with no real idea of what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I'm putting together was a little bit tricky.
Not having many personal experiences on this investigation, I feel like the analysis is going to be the part that really stands out to me. And to be able to actually bring something of quality to Steve and Tango might give me a bit of an edge, might exceed their expectations of me.
Overall, the group did really well, but there were some issues that came up that make us question some of them. These aren't things that we can take lightly. These are things that could seriously impact how long they may be staying with us. How you guys feeling after that investigation?
You feel right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, now we have to analyze everything. You know, all of the video, all of the audio, the thermal footage, everything needs to be analyzed in real time.
It's a lot of stuff. It's going to be long and grueling. Yeah, so we're going to test them big time. We're going to see what their skill level is. I mean, you need to really show us that you want to be here and that you want to be the next ghost hunter. I mean, if you're not, and I'm sorry, you're out of here. We want to pick the best person to represent our field.
All right, guys. Well, have at it. And remember, stay focused.
All right.
Excellent, let's get to it.
Okay. I'm excited to get into doing the evidence, really, because I had a lot of personal experiences in the captain's quarters downstairs, and I want to see if I caught anything on camera or audio.
Hey, rewind that real quick.
I want to have you take a listen to this. It's when I was in the casemate.
Okay.
With my background as a medium, I think finding physical evidence is important for validation for me. With Steve and Tango, you know, they're generally a little bit tougher on me, which is fine, but it would definitely help with some validation and some credibility for that.
Okay, it was like right there at like 36. It is a little bit intimidating going into the analysis. Like, it's something I'm not used to doing yet, so jumping into it, maybe I'm gonna miss something. I don't know, but I'm trying to stay confident.
That just gave me a ton of chills. Wow. The one piece of evidence that really blew me away was the whole EVP. It was just incredible. It was incredible to hear that just come up on the recorder.
Oh, dude, there's no mistake in that one.
End of the analysis. So how did it go?
It was long.
Yeah.
Very long, very tedious.
Very rewarding.
Yes, definitely.
Very rewarding. So that's a good sign. Rewarding.
You said that? Yes. I don't know what their analysis habits are yet, but I would love to get a real piece of evidence from them, like something that me and Steve will be like, wait, this can really be something.
How about we get right into it and let's see what you guys found.
This was caught in the powder magazine on the second night of the investigation.
Okay.
I'm really nervous about Steve and Tango coming in to go over the findings with us. I think that physical evidence can absolutely validate what I'm picking up with Steve and Tango.
All right, so this is in the powder magazine, second night of investigation.
So what was your first instinct when you saw this?
It starts out looking a little similar to some of the pieces of dust we saw because it is transparent, but then, you know, it heads over toward the door, kind of changes in consistency, flashes a little bit. That's where they kind of had some questions.
Okay. I mean, right away, I can tell it's just a piece of dust. Most likely, the dust is just spinning in the atmosphere, and the IR just happens to be catching a shiny surface of it, giving you every once in a while a strobe effect.
A reflection.
Good eyes, guys. What's next?
Good eyes.
Next, I believe that's all the video, so now we're going to move on to audio.
So that's it for video. Thermal, DVR, mini DVs, and this is all we found?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Nothing wrong with that.
No. This is actually one that I found. This is Heather in the dungeon asking particular questions, and after that is when you'll hear.
Okay.
Johnny, when you say you guard this place, do you mean the dungeon?
sounds like wood sliding on concrete. What do you guys think it is?
I heard just a almost as if it was a response.
I think that's just, sounds within the room. You can almost hear the reverberation all the way up through the wood. You can tell that there's a sound carrying through the wood and the acoustics change a little bit.
The recorder was on the cot, right? It's right there.
And we go by the method of, if there's any way that anybody else can doubt what we're going to present, we don't even use it. This one, guys, I think is a sound from the room.
Yeah. I've got one next, actually. Chris and Heather were both in the Powder magazine, almost like a whisper of breath.
I've got a very small light.
You kind of hear like little syllables almost.
Small.
Yeah. Who found this one?
Found this, Carl.
This is a nice one, Carl. I think so. If you're positive this wasn't somebody in the room talking to you, this could be pretty good, because it doesn't match the reverberation of the other voices. It sounds different. It almost sounds like it's almost like an interruption.
Yeah.
You know? And
doing its own thing, and you're doing your thing.
This is nice. This I'm impressed with.
I'm glad that Steve and Tango were so impressed with that one piece of evidence. It makes me feel really good. Kind of surprised me a little. I didn't think I had anything.
Anything else, guys? What's next?
We have one last thing that really kind of threw me for a loop.
Don't give me that face. I want to see it. I want to listen now. When he has that face, it means it's good. Kind of sounds disgruntled, doesn't it? You're like, it's not happy. Whatever.
To me, it almost sounded like your name, Ben.
To be honest with you, I don't even think half the crew knows my last name, number one. And number two, I don't ever remember me or Carl talking to each other.
Well, why would you guys call him Ben Smith?
Right.
Why would you say your own name?
Right.
Now, real quick, would you consider that a residual, or would you consider that intelligent?
Definitely.
All right,
Has to be intelligent.
So it knows your name.
Right.
Yes. Good job, guys. If you guys wouldn't mind just heading out of the RV and leaving us alone with Susan for a few minutes, we're going to talk to her about something, okay? All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
We had something we just wanted to talk to you about. We saw some footage from the investigation. You and Heather were investigating, and at one point, you broke down into tears and left the investigation. We had heard you saying that you were picking up feelings of their sadness and that you were in somewhat a sensitive yourself. And wondering why you would keep that from us.
To tell you the truth, I was hoping not to even add the fact that I have those sensations, because I know how you guys view people like that.
You're still hiding something from us.
She should have known it was okay. She could see how Tango and I were dealing with Heather, and it's all right to have those feelings and those gifts, but you just have to talk to us about it. You being at face value and being truthful has to happen 100%, or there's no reason to continue from this point any further. And, I think we can make a deal. You won't hide anything from us. We won't judge you whether you use feelings or use our equipment, but we just have to be at face value with each other. We have a deal?
A deal. You two, I promise.
All right, we're gonna get the rest of the guys.
All right.
Okay. Tango and I just had a conversation with Susan, and she was holding back some vital information from us. She does have, somewhat some psychic, or empathetic feelings where she picks up emotions, and she didn't tell us about that. She wanted to keep it a secret. She's got to be upfront and at face value with us at all times, and we're gonna look for that from this point forward.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Susan. Hey, Susan.
I really do realize that holding out on information affects everyone, so I really do feel like, yes, I kept a secret, and I feel bad about it, but, the cat's out of the bag now, and I'll stay true to my word next time.
What happened?
Well, Steve and Dave, they were a little disappointed in the fact that I didn't tell them about how I react to those things and that I had a sense of that. They both pretty much just asked me to be honest with them from now on, and to you guys, too.
Well, I think we were all a little concerned, and personally, I'm just glad that we're still a team.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How's it it going? Feel good, yeah?
Fantastic.
Fort Mifflin was a blast, huh?
Fort Mifflin was amazing. Can't beat that.
The Fort Mifflin was a great place for them to investigate, but I'm just seeing people that have very little investigation experience and didn't really understand the mechanics of investigating the paranormal. Heather, she wouldn't go on the tour because she didn't want to compromise her, supposed psychic abilities. Susan is definitely on thin ice. I don't know. I hope by the end of this we can sort of have one or two people that we, would love to work with, but right now I don't see it.